Good evening, officers and members of the Clinton Rotary Club, members of the school committee, teachers of Clinton High School, fellow students. My name is Matthew Harras, and it is my honor and privilege to serve as your director for the solemn induction ceremony. Will you please stand or please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Ryan Costa.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Thank you, Ryan. I would like to introduce our National Honor Society President, Mr. Smeet Patel.
Good evening, and welcome all to the Clinton High School National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. I would like to start by thanking everyone for coming, and I gratefully extend the honor of witnessing the next generation of leaders. The leaders who will properly represent our community, the world that has become a part of us all. To the seniors, while we might be venturing out of our comfort zone, know that the future is entirely under your control. You have continually worked to make this school and town something to be proud of, and I can guarantee that you will bring this to the big world outside the doors of CHS. To the juniors, good job sitting over there. But in reality, you will be chasing your future and dreams before you know it, soon to be standing up here as well. Thank you for what you have brought to our community, and I know you will continue to be the depiction of what a National Honor Society member should be. And finally, to our new inductees, I want to congratulate you all in the work you have done to reach this point. While it may not be something you have thought of, you all will be the people others look up to. Continue your hard work to represent the qualities of character, scholarship, leadership, and service, as you have done already. While it is easy to see all these characteristics amongst our own members, we cannot ignore the individual who has continued to shape our community in the message of the National Honor Society, and will certainly continue to do so even after his departure. Mr. Hastings, through my years and the years of many others who have stood up here, has dedicated himself to ensuring that Clinton High School provides all the opportunities in the world to ensure people like you emerge to face the world. Even though he may be leaving, we all know that Clinton will continue to be the community it is thanks to the work of Mr. Hastings. On behalf of the National Honor Society, I would like to present Mr. Hastings with a gift.
Thank you, Smeet. The symbol of our society, the flaming torch, will be lit by Felipe Morataya. Thank you, Felipe. I would like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Stephen Meyer.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome the students, parents, family, friends, faculty members, school committee members, and fellow Rotarians to this wonderful event. Becoming a member of the National Honor Society is a tremendous honor. It means that you have demonstrated the 4 tenets of character, scholarship, leadership, and service. And today, more than ever, we need these qualities in our young adults. To the inductees, congratulations. So far in your educational careers, you've managed to demonstrate these tenets and set yourself up on a path for success. You and your families should be proud of your accomplishments. I just want to remind you, as you accept induction into the National Honor Society, that you are committing to continue to demonstrate these tenets throughout the remainder of not only your high school career, but hopefully throughout your life. To the senior members of NHS, congratulations to you as well. You have managed to live these tenets for your entire high school career. When I look at the seniors in this group, I'm amazed at all the accomplishments that you have achieved throughout your high school career. Your hard work and talents have made a positive impact on Clinton High School, and you will be missed. To all the NHS members, please continue to remember the tenets of character, scholarship, leadership, and service. When you look at the social and political climate in our country right now, it's important for people to remember these. If everyone followed these tenets, I believe that much of the conflict and division currently exists in our society could be repaired. As a member of NHS, it's imperative that you lead by example through your actions and behaviors. Understand the importance of scholarship and the ability to sort out fact from fiction, and demonstrate your character and treat others the way you would want to be treated. And finally, find a way to provide service to your community. Don't be afraid to get involved in local government or join a service organization like the Rotary. So to each of our members and new inductees who have demonstrated these tenets, we are incredibly proud of you. Thank you for your hard work and keep it up. To the families and friends here tonight, thank you as well. Who these wonderful students are today is a direct reflection of the support and guidance that you have provided, so congratulations. Finally, I will leave you with these words, which have been attributed to many sources over the years, but basically it's just a reminder to watch yourself. WATCH stands for words, actions, thoughts, character, and habits. It's often been stated, watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. So far, each of you have demonstrated the ability to watch yourself. But hopefully you can remember these words in the future if you are faced with a difficult decision. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Meyer. I would now like to introduce the president of the Clinton Rotary Club, Mr. Philip Duffy.
Thank you, Matt. As president of the Clinton Rotary Club, I wish to thank you all for allowing us to be part of this evening. Our club's support from the National Honor Society extends all the way back to the Charter's foundation in June of 1950. This evening, we are honored to join you as we all recognize and celebrate academic achievement. And to the students, know that every person in this room is very proud of you. For some of you tonight, this may be the first time that your shrewdness and scholarship have been formally recognized. But I know you've each shown your talents before. For instance, you've each done a really good job of choosing your parents. Your loved ones have supported you and helped you get to where you are today. Though the achievement is yours, the support comes from many places. You also did a wonderful job persuading them to raise you here in Clinton. Otherwise, as wonderful teachers and staff members who have helped you along your journey might not have been there for you. I include your middle school teachers and elementary schools in that. And finally, you all look really good in green and gold. When you become adults, my tie notwithstanding, you'll begin to know that those colors don't always work together so well. You don't see a lot of green cars, green and gold cars, green and gold houses. So unless some of your varsity polo players get drafted by the Oakland Athletics, it's probably the end of the green and gold in your wardrobe. But it will live on in your heart. I can tell you the green and gold lives on in the heart of many of our Rotarians who, as students at Clinton High, stood in the seats that you now occupy. Rotary is a service organization. Service above self is our motto. Service is also one of the principles of the National Honor Society. It often takes the form of actions in support or support of others, but I'd like to talk briefly about another notion of service, and it's an idea that service also consists in nurturing an environment of goodwill, charity, and basic humanity. In Rotary, we have a thing called the four-way test. We recite it before each meeting. It is a way to remind ourselves not only to think before we speak, but also how to think before we speak. And as a parting thought, I'd like to share it with you. It goes like this. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it the truth? And that's pretty obvious, right? You tell the truth. Is it fair to all concerned? And that's also pretty self-evident. The third test is, will it build goodwill and better friendship? And this is a little different than just being truthful and fair. It calls on you not only to be an honest witness, but through your words and communications to actively build goodwill and to make the better community to which we all aspire. I think about this when I think of people your age who are the first in history to grow up with one of these in your pockets. These open up a whole new world of communication, a whole new world of community and fellowship, but it's characteristically different than what preceded it. And you'll be part of the generation that forges the norms of communication and community in the world that's created by these devices. They bring wonder to your day-to-day life. They allow you to keep in contact with people, but they also can be kind of a drama delivery device that is constantly tapping at the edge of your brain. And it'll be for you to do the only thing that you can do, which is control your own conduct and behavior in this new and emerging community. And finally, the fourth test is, will it be beneficial to all concerned? This again suggests that we aspire to benefit others, even if it is merely to bring a smile or a loving thought to a person's day. I want to say this advice isn't coming to you from parents or teachers or your spiritual advisor, although it might be. Rather, it's coming from an organization that is primarily made up of business people who've been successful in their careers and wish to remind themselves of the kind of day-to-day conduct that underlies all service as well as real success. So I thank you for the opportunity to address you this evening. Congratulations to this year's inductees, and we look forward to hosting our graduating National Honor Society members later this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Duffy. The symbol of the National Honor Society is the keystone and the flaming torch. At the base of the keystone are the letters C, L, S, and another S, which represent the four principles of the society. The keystone forms the base and holds a perfect arch of stability. Just like our education, that must be held firm and true to the purpose of life by the virtues represented in this symbol. The purpose of the National Honor Society is to encourage high character, scholarship, leadership, and service. The first of these, character, will be discussed by our secretary, Miss Ashley Onembo.
Thank you, Matt. Good evening. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate all who are being honored tonight. The academic excellence, sense of citizenship, and dedication to service each and every one of you has demonstrated is beyond admirable. These distinct details, although inconsequential to some, contribute to the finite encapsulation of one's true being. The journey for those present is at a peak of new beginnings. As our current inductees transition into an unfamiliar yet exciting role, our own class will be partaking in adventures of various sorts. Although the incredible pleasure of being a part of an inclusive and uplifting organization draws to a close, the unwavering persistence illuminated by all seniors alike are lessons that are transferable to our new chapter in our adult lives. Over the course of my high school career, I have had the utmost pleasure of controlling my overwhelming, multifaceted machinations into one central journey: self-discovery. My past 4 years as a productive member of the Clinton community have been unlike any other I could have manifested for myself. At first, I authorized my meek and apprehensive nature to overrule my strong-willed and flamboyant personality. In turn, my future reservations suffered. Because of this, I had no true command on who I was as a person, let alone the dreams and aspirations I had for myself. As I began to transition into the high school setting, I was thrown out of the frying pan and into the inferno. Ahead of me laid an abyss of uncertainty and responsibility. In a sense, it scared me. Before I knew it, the simple fact of being indifferent towards every moment that hinted at risk proved to be an unattainable reality for me. Every bend around the corner into a new hallway signified familiar faces greeting me with smiles. Every shy attempt of ducking my head behind the person in front of me became a call of attention from a teacher with extra vigor. At first, I tried to reject this type of acceptance. The fear of what discomfort may hold was enough to keep me confined to my own personal bubble. Even still, I could not refute a routine that came to be my new normal. As I began to explore the promise of personal transformation, my senses were heightened to the experiences and narratives surrounding me. Through attentive listening skills and observation, I found myself continually inspired by the thoughts, expressions, and actions of those I admired most. Subconsciously, I grabbed from the ranging sources of exemplars that I was subjected to, yet adapted them in such a manner that catered and accommodated to my own principles. Now more than ever am I truly able to observe the leader and young woman I have blossomed into. Although most of my growth took place without my direct knowledge, it is one I thoroughly appreciate. In these past 2 years alone, I parted ways with my timid skin. Instead, I embraced the creativity that radiated through every fiber of my being. My once ignorant mind was shaped into one of purpose. All at once, I began to value the varying perspectives that were prevalent in my life. In moments of pure advocacy and fervency, of kindness and compassion, of morality and mentality, I was truly unveiled to the power of a voice and the effects it could have on an audience. I became conscious of the impacts others had on me, which eventually translated to the impact I had on others. I realized that my presence dictated not only the perceptions others would cast onto me, but the actions that would be adapted by another person. My tactics evolved from one of an observer to one of proactivity. I yearn to now promote individuality and equality for all. I wish to provide solace, like-mindedness, and purpose to those who have yet to find their voice through mine and its message. Your past and future life have all been determined by one common factor: character. The person I am today is completely and utterly accredited to each and every soul I have encountered within my lifetime thus far. Whether the impact was trivial or far-reaching, it was one that allowed me to acknowledge details of my own inner workings that I otherwise wouldn't be ignorant to. If I had not been ripped from my comfort zone, it is quite likely that I would not have acquired such an insightful role that I do today, or know self-love and confidence in its purest forms. From all that I have, with everything that I am. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. The second principle of the National Honor Society scholarship will be explained by our Vice President, Ms. Lorianne Matos.
I would like to take this moment to thank everyone for coming tonight in celebration of our seniors who are now leaving the Clinton High School and our sophomores and juniors who are being inducted into this program. I, as a senior, cannot believe that these 4 years are coming to a close. This evening, I elected to speak to everyone about scholarship, one of the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society. Scholarship should be an important aspect of all students' lives, but especially for those that are part of the National Honor Society. These are students of high academic caliber that have continuously shown their commitment to their grades and progress in school. These past 4 years, I have worked hard to maintain good grades in my classes while participating in other clubs, volunteer activities, and a part-time job. I know that among those of us in this group, you will find students who do all of these things and some who do even more. These students care about their grades and strive to ensure that they are doing their best in school. Balancing all of these activities can be a difficult task, but these students managed to put their schoolwork first. They proved their determination to service, leadership, and character, but obtained strong grades to back up all of their hard work. A scholar does not have to get perfect grades, but work to their full potential in all of their academic endeavors. These students display immense responsibility and passion to increase their desire for knowledge. All of the students in the National Honor Society have shown that they have an ability to work hard in school and put in extra effort to do their best. These are the type of students that may stay after school for extra help or even ask the harder questions. I congratulate all of the students leaving the National Honor Society to move on to their futures, as well as students who are now entering NHS. Take advantage of the opportunities that this program offers, and I hope you all excel in your remaining years at Clinton High School. Congratulations to the sophomores on this new endeavor, and juniors as well. And to seniors, good luck with the next 4 years of your life.
Thank you, Lorianne. The third principle, leadership, will be evaluated by our historian, Mr. Bendigo Rodinha.
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, staff, sponsors, and NHS inductees. If you haven't had the pleasure of meeting me yet, my name is Bendigo Rondina, and I am the historian of the National Honor Society. Now, I might have a seat up here on stage for me, but I am not a senior like the rest of them. What sets me apart from them is that they have endured their final year of high school, and for the most part, have avoided the terrible and widespread disease known as senioritis. Now, I know this for a fact because the National Honor Society and senioritis cannot be intertwined. These seniors are great examples to the rest of us and have greatly reflected one of the pillars of the NHS, and that is leadership. To be a student leader, students must be resourceful, problem solvers, and idea contributors. This is for both inside the classroom and out. Resourcefulness is found when students make the best of what is presented to them. There will be times when information is limited or some ends just do not meet, so a student leader should know how to appropriately react and respond to these situations. Problem solving goes along with resourcefulness, where students will have to provide ways to accomplish a goal. This is one of my favorite elements of being a leader because it will force you to either come up with an orthodox solution or an unorthodox solution. Being an idea contributor requires students to enhance their think outside the box part of their brains. This is important to the community because there will be times when the NHS will need to provide for a program or maybe fundraiser for an important cause. Something that also sets apart leaders from the rest of the herd is one's willingness or intention, their drive to perform with maximum effort. Leaders can show initiative by setting up fundraisers or taking lead on service projects, and should also be able to work with others to form a solution or accomplish the end goal. Parents, now that your child will be inducted to the NHS, there will be many opportunities for them to experience what being a student leader is from both the school and community. Personally, through the required minimum of 25 hours of service each year, I have experienced leadership through my acts of service in the community. I have mentored younger kids and was a part of a team in many NHS-run projects. For example, in the Ghost and Goblin run back in October, I experienced guiding the runners to where their next turn would be, and also served cups of water to the runners passing by. This example alone shows how being part of the NHS will make you branch out into the community and be a part of a team where each individual is a leader in their own way. I'm sure each of these seniors can second me on that, as they have gone through many leadership experiences in their years as NHS members. In a few moments, our fellow NHS treasurer and my friend Elijah Burke will be talking about how important it is to serve. If I were to add one more thing to leadership, it would be that service and leadership go hand in hand and coincide. In the Gospel of John, there is a parable that describes a great leader kneeling down and washing his servants' feet. His servants were confused and thought it should be the other way around, them washing his feet. But we later learned that their master was merely showing them an example of how to treat others. This teaches us that leaders aren't only entitled to positions of authority, but are required to serve others so that they may be an example to whoever watches them. In the NHS, the seniors have shown a great deal of service, which in reality makes them great leaders to the upcoming and current members. Congratulations to the new National Honor Society inductees, and also to the parents and guardians for raising brilliant and successful students. Thank you.
Thank you, Abednego. The fourth tenet of the Society, service, will be interpreted by our treasurer, Mr. Elijah Burke.
Hi, good evening. Congratulations to the new inductees. You have all shown great academic excellence. Congratulations to the seniors. Good job, guys, for your loyal years of service to the NHS. Thank you for the juniors. Thank you that you guys can sit down over there, serve us food later on. That's really great. Thank you, everyone in the audience, for coming to support your friends and family. My name is Elijah Burke, and I have the privilege to speak to you guys about the fourth pillar of the National Honor Society, and that being service and its importance to our lives. The only way I can fully explain the importance of service is by speaking about its effect on my own life. In the Gospel of Matthew, the two brothers, James and John, come to Jesus with a request. And the request is this, that they both want to sit on the left hand and the right hand of Jesus in heaven. And though this request seems as blasphemous today as it did then, it is actually very natural. James and John, like myself and many other people out there, desire power and responsibility and greatness. And in those times, those who were great and in positions of power ruled over their subjects by exercising great authority and power over their lesser citizens. Yet there is a better way to lead and to be great. Jesus states in Matthew 20:26, "Whoever wants to be great among you must be your servant. Whoever wants to be first must be your slave." This statement can be clearly seen in the lives of two of my friends and fellow NHS members. The first is Charles McGinn. Hey, Charles. And Charles McGinn is a man that I look up to, figuratively. He's smaller than me, actually. Physically, he's not the most domineering and may not fit the common definition of leadership. But the service he provides to the school and the community is amazing. Many of you inductees and audience members may know Charles, but for those of you who do not know, he is the green blur that races across the school every morning. And most of the time, he's racing to someone in need of his help, whether that be a teacher, another faculty member, or a student. And the most amazing thing about Charles is his humility and joy that he shows whenever he goes to help someone. His attitude and work ethic is a great example to everyone. The second person is Tatiana Ledger. Hey, Tatiana. Her acts of service have taught me great sacrifice. Tatiana goes home every day to babysit her two younger sisters, Charlie and Ella. Not only has she given up her time, but she has also given up high school sports and time to relax and have fun. And yet the time she has invested into her siblings is changing and molding their lives. They know they have a sister that loves and protects them. When they grow older, they will remember that and will give their time to others to protect and to guide the younger generation. And in my own life, I have served in many circumstances. And what I have learned is that when one person serves, a great sense of joy and peace settles in that person's heart. Pride and superiority are tossed aside. Selfish ambitions and vain intent no longer circulate so strongly in our hearts and our minds. Service to other people will reward you in the best way possible, not with money or time or material possession, but with a humble heart and a clear mind. And best of all, a person will be forever changed by the act of selflessness that you have shown. But the most important aspect of community service is the giving back to the community. For the community is the foundation for the growth of every kid, every teenager, and every adult who resides in it. Everyone in this auditorium is part of the community. This is a community that has given and given and given time and time again to provide the youth with a good education and great athletics. They have provided us with opportunities. Now, as members of the National Honor Society, let us return the favor and provide help to those who have helped us and the community that provides for us. For the Bible says that it is more blessed to give than to receive. Let us, as the National Honor Society, be a blessing and a light to the community around us, so that the community around us can turn around and be a blessing and a light to each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Elijah. The recognition of seniors and the pledge of the National Honor Society will be administered by our principal, Mr. Hastings. The pins will be presented by Ms. Molly McGinn and Ms. Olivia Wright. The flowers will be presented by Ms. Amelia Bradley and Ms. Nelisha Munier.
Before we move on into the recognition of the seniors and the acceptance into the NHS of our sophomores and juniors, I just want to take a quick moment and recognize the person who's put this all together this evening, who has worked all year long, who is a dedicated teacher day in and day out, not just in the classroom, but after hours and evenings, in all the activities that our students were involved in. She's there at all times, and we just are so appreciative of the work of Mrs. Michelle Elliott. Michelle, thank you. At this time, we will recognize our seniors as they will stand as they're called. Mr. Dali Baez, Bridgewater State University, majoring in secondary education with a concentration in English. Alexis Blaisdell, Worcester State University, early childhood education. Alanis Bonilla, University of Massachusetts Lowell, Forensic Psychology. Amelia Bradley, University of Massachusetts Boston, Psychology. Antoine Brown, University of Massachusetts Boston, Computer Science. Elijah Burke, Gordon College, Christian Ministries. Reagan Casasano, Nichols College, Finance with a minor in Economics. Brian Costa, Worcester State University, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Nilda de Leon, Holy Cross College, Molecular Cell Biology. Haley Dobek, Assumption College, Elementary Education, Special Education. Jillian Gareffi, Fitchburg State University, Psychology with a minor in Criminal Justice. Anna Gordon, University of New England, Marine Biology. Matthew Ross, Southern New Hampshire University, Accounting. Tatiana Ledger, Fitchburg State University, Special Education. Alicia Ledger, Mount Wachusett Community College, Dental Hygiene. Lorianne Matos, Fordham University, Accounting and Finance. Charles McGinn, Boston University, Mechanical Engineering. Molly McGinn, Worcester Polytechnical Institute, Biomedical Engineering. Juliana McCrell, Fitchburg State University, Biology. Rebecca Mendoza, Worcester Polytech Institute, Biomedical Engineering. Nalisha Munier, Rhode Island University College, Nursing. Olivia Morales, St. Anselm's College, Biology. Ricardo Morales, Assumption College, Biology. Felipe Morataya, University of Massachusetts Amherst, Mechanical Engineering. Ashley Onembo, Emerson College, Journalism with a minor in Political Communication. Justin O'Toole, Westfield State University, Business. Smeet Patel, Northeastern University, Mechanical Engineering. Kellen Queenie, University of Massachusetts Amherst, Mechanical Engineering. Arianis Rodriguez, Franklin Pierce University, Physical Therapy. Jared Rodriguez, University of Massachusetts Amherst, Economics. Spencer Taylor, University of Massachusetts Dartmouth, Business. Jacob Billino, University of Massachusetts Lowell, Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. Olivia Wright, Worcester State University, Biology. I didn't miss anybody, right? Congratulations, everybody. Nice job. And now we will do the pledge of induction into the National Honor Society. So I would ask all the new inductees to please stand. Are we ready? Please repeat after me. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected, striving in every way, by word and deed, to make its ideals the ideals of my school and of my life. I will be true to the principles for which it stands, and will maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Congratulations. The students will now be called forward to receive their pins. You ready? Olivia Ego. Alyssa Baha Joseph. Kiara Biju. Kaylee Blaisdell. Evan Bridell. Emma Brule. Molly Burke. James Burke. Brevin Casella. Gabriella Cronin. Kyle Cupertino. Tanner Fideli. Jordan Rempong. Jacqueline Haley. Alana Hogue. Mia Houle. William Gent. Alyssa LeBlanc. Haven Leclerc. Keith Myford. Riley Misha. Renela Montero. Nolan Neal. Lorena Nelson. Devin Arario. Garrett Osborne. Delaney Ramos. Haley Robles. Jocelyn Rossignol. Sofia Sanchez. Daniel Scanlon. Faria Shirar. Gabrielle Turcott. Cameron Ween. Anna Soltani. And to echo the words of Dr. Meyer, we applaud this evening not just these great students, but also you, the parents, grandparents, who help nourish them, inform their academic world and their own person, and to be successful. And that's why this evening we celebrate this great gift of these young people. Y para los padres, familia, queremos agradecerlos y también felicitarlos como padres, abuelos, por todos los esfuerzos y sembrando la semilla a fin de que esta noche podamos celebrar un éxito en estos jóvenes. Gracias. Thank you, everybody.